when all you have is a Likhos, everything looks like a bombable target. Welcome to a zerok small team game where we have a certainly one interesting match for you today. We're going to have a big air force over here in the southwest. From Tarkin in the orange, of course, playing with airplanes and with an engineer commando with a Swift as their blueprint. Don't expect to see that one. You just don't usually need it. Especially not on the front lines. And on the other team, we've got Pumpkin Geist as their air-ish player, their gunship player, in the light blue. Not going to be that important, honestly. We'll have a couple of important moments with the gunships, but of course, the high-level player on the northeast team, it is with Age of Empires commander, the strike commander, assault commander, guardian commander, that's the name, and a tank factory. It is Kingstead, of course, highest rated player in this match, singularity rank, the only one, facing off against a neutron star with a real support factory, whereas Kingstead themselves have more of a, well, assault frontline factory. So we'll try to probably just break through and just destroy the enemy base. In terms of eco to start with, well, Team Southwest already getting this free of charge. The corner itself as well. But on the other hand, over here, Red with tanks having to face off 1v2 against Blue and Green. Not the strongest opponents, but hey, Red themselves aren't the highest ranked either. And going for Minotaur early, 850 value. And they are going to get support from Sorcerer Yi. But still, long way away. Difficult to really get that much help. But maybe sending the Spoeders is going to be enough. First Hermit already taken down. There it goes. And sadly, we even right now. What do you mean? We even right now? Lots of fleas. Okay, not really sure what about that. Don't know what they were covering there. Anyways, Red is still going to have a bit of an issue. Blue sending their commander forwards with Lotus to support, which are of course very efficient for their cost and all that. And because Red's base is over there, you can't really avoid engaging against the Lotus. Tarkin, already their first Phoenix out, or like first Phoenix in the enemy base out. And that's already quite a nice shot on the enemy production. Just like that, almost 1,000 value killed. And one little glaive, not really going to do a whole lot. But still, cleaning up quite a couple of those wind generators. Taking down the enemy energy eco. And of course taking down like 2 maxes. Yeah, 2 maxes as well. Green though, well, we were talking about, well, yellow or like southwest is going to get the corner free of charge. No, it actually is going to be Kingstead who is going to be taking those maxes. Yellow just idling for now. And Red on the other side still struggling. So yeah, isn't able to take the corner either. And can't really take these back maxes. Now, Commander. Very low HP. But does not get stunned fully. Jumps over a couple of rockets. And will in fact run away and survive. Minotaur is not going to survive and is not going to take that enemy level 3 commander with it. Still, very good attrition over there for northeast. Giving them quite a lot of reclaim as well. And maybe now, with, well, commander going back, they will be able to get those maxes. Tarkin still trying to flame all of the front lines, taking down a couple of rodents, you name it. And for now, there is not a whole lot of anti-air. First Thresher is only now going up. First one on the entire map. And of course it is quite ironic. Phoenix on this map, or like iconic. Phoenix on this map where you first unlock them in the campaign and you have to burn down all of the enemy wind turbines. And Tarkin using it to great effect as well. Thrasher's still not up, so Phoenix will be able to do another bombing run. And you're gonna raid somewhere. Don't invite them in, Kingstead. Because yes, you do have options to raid. Those two maxes are exposed. On the other side, running around and trying to take any of this is going to be difficult. Just because of the number of loaders they've got there. And of course because you've got two players very close by with all of their army. But yeah, this side, two maxes, pretty much free. Another max, just a single loaders to defend it. And even the back of, well, Blue's base, although difficult to get to of course, is not that secure. Couple of fast units, either through transport or glaives, fleas, things like that. They might be able to get through the radar, because of course with all of these hills this map is quite difficult to radar as well. This is currently all still in radar shadow for Team Northeast, and even this you can technically run through without being seen. It's a bit difficult to see with the, well, default radar mapping, radar color, but yeah. Radar shadows are very difficult to avoid on this map, just because of those, well, very high mountains. Red's commander, once again, pretty healthy, so we'll be taking those maxes. These maxes are pretty much exposed. A couple of Hermes can definitely sneak through and kill a couple of those. Maybe not all, depends on what sorcerer he does to respond. First couple of owls are out for Tarkin, which is of course very nice for your radar. Because they fly high up, they have less of an issue with the radar shadow from the mountains. But that's of course an option that is currently not available for Team Northeast, just because they don't have an airplane factory. Something they could definitely get up. But for now they decide to just stick with one support factory in your gunships, and everyone has their own factories. First a little bit of artillery, a couple of slings from southwest, a couple of emissaries from Kingstead, and please bomb this. Definitely a very good target for your slings. Currently just on attack move, not really taking care of anything. But of course, once the Thresher is gone, all of these Phoenix, and by now there are 5 of them, can start hitting this once again. Because yeah, it's the only anti-air piece on the map still, right? What? Yeah, there are 2 of them. One right in the base for Blue by now. So yeah, still not a whole lot of anti-air on the field. Couple of blast wings, taking some good shots there. And also something that is definitely going to be important to notice. In the ROI tracker, you can see how much people have, well, still need to get paid back to, well, get their money's worth of investing into new economy. So they are still due a little bit of energy, most people. And of course, all of the maxes have been paid for by now. For now it is still pretty even for both Southwest and Northeast. But that's going to be quite important later on, because Southwest is not really going to be getting up any more eco than they currently have. So yeah, that attrition is pretty good for now, like 110%, because, oh, I missed it. Was a very nice bombing run there from Tarkin. Sniping at the enemy commander, sniping Kingstead's commander with 5 Phoenix. And I believe it was already softened up by something as well. Probably those couple of glaives. But yeah, Tarkin is definitely going to be putting in work with both the Phoenix and in the future the Likhos as well. Eco still pretty even. Wouldn't really call either team ahead for now. But yeah, 125% attrition. Definitely very good for Southwest. In terms of their, well, positioning, the middle area is pretty even. not as if either team really has a big advantage there. There aren't that many maxes in the middle either. Closest maxes to the middle are these. And of course the ones over here as well. So having the exact center isn't really that important either. But still, southeast corner is going to be captured by yellow. And green is being pressured a little bit by crab, couple of redbacks. And is also healing up their crab. Definitely very important. 5 weavers to heal it up, so it is going to be a quick heal as well. Yeah, just park it on the hill and you will have amazing range. Just a couple of enemy hermits to defend. And one level 1 commander. Not that strong, so could easily go down to the crab. Except, what crab? That crab, that crab. Okay, that was not really what you wanted, I would say. Yeah, losing the crab just like that. You're healing it up, but you don't have enough... well, you just don't have enough patience to keep it on the hill for a couple more seconds just to make sure it doesn't die before actually armoring up. Because I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Most of the HP they healed back up was already gone by the time they actually managed to armor it up. Likhos once again bombing. Couple of welders gone just like that. Enemy commander. Still, yeah, 6,000 HP pretty much. So not a very easy target for those Likhos or Phoenix. Already level 5, and I'm just going to spoil it. It's not going to stay at level 5, although, hey, with the fact that it is already upgrading, I don't think that's really that much of a spoiler. And Tarkin once again complaining about that singular thresher, because it is stopping them from pushing. Well said, I mean, yeah. WTF killed that commander. What commander? Commander from red? I guess so? I didn't see it. And I'll do you one better. I didn't see it twice. Because I already watched part of this match before. Couple of sneaky hermits. Didn't do that much damage. Killed like 1 max. Ran through. Just sitting there. And will be cleaned up by those fleas. Didn't really accomplish all that much. And over here, strike commander. Just moving along. And that's another 3 maxes that yellow can easily destroy. Take your couple of glaives. Send them in. Or take your commander and do it a little bit more slowly. And yeah, by now, hermits all cleaned up. Couple of Likhos on the field, 3 of them online, 4th one being built. But of course that is not going to be enough to snipe in almost 12,000 HP Drocon. And Kingset of course, telling them to max up, grid up. In this case mostly just max up. And hey, that's another commander that was jumping or like sucked in by the singularity bomb. And because of that, the next Likhos, well, it didn't, well, yeah, technically it did miss, of course. It just shot where the commander would have been, but the commander wasn't on the ground. So the bomb went under the commander. So it did hardly any or no damage. Not going to be the last time either. The Tarkin is going to have Likhos bomb effectively nothing. And the level 6 commander, that's not this one, that's this one. The level 6 commander online as well. In terms of reclaim, over 2,000, both in the north and in the middle. And for now, well, commander, only 10 build power, so it's not going to clean it all up very quickly, but at least it won't be pushed away all that quickly either, just because of how tanky it is. Still upgrading. Cyclops will be going down to all of those Likhos. And Hercules is available for if the commander does, well, go into the red. But that's still not going to be a while before that happens. It's going to be a while before that really happens, because it is just that tanky. Still almost as much HP as a full Cyclops. They got 3 Likhos. They are winning the attrition war. Funny you say that, because they are only now at 100% attrition once again. However, 96 eco, 75 eco. 200 plus energy, of which 100 is going into overdrive. This is just 50 into overdrive, because yeah, all of those Likhos aren't cheap on your energy either. And because you don't have that much to start with. Oh, big ol' Blastwing. Pretty good attrition there for the gunship player. But yeah, Likhos rearming, not the cheapest thing ever. It doesn't cost you a whole lot, it's just a little bit of energy. It is just rearm time of 25 seconds. How much? I believe it is like 25 seconds times 2.5 energy. Right? Per second? I think so. So it's like not a whole lot, of course it isn't. None of the airplanes really have that much upkeep. But still, it is preventing you from investing quite a bit into overdrive. Enemies investing like getting more than 10 metal per second more out of their overdrive than you are. However, maybe you don't need overdrive because you have a Likho force that's actually raiding. You've got 5 Likhos that are just going into the back of the enemy base. How do you afford that? That's 10,000 value in a raid that doesn't really have a target in mind. It's just scouting. Double Thresher. And the Likhos all do survive, but still. Likhos. How do you have 5 Likhos run around into effectively, well, looking for a target still? One valid target would of course be that level 8 commander over here. Or the level 6 commander over there. And this one especially. 3 shot by Likho. So not that difficult. Or even just the Guardian commander. Level 1 for now is being upgraded. But that too is just a 3 shot. Likhos, 2 of them heavily damaged from that raid. The others are going after the commander. And of course a 3 shot with 3 Likhos and makes a 1 shot. Or at least 1 kill in a single bombing run. But yeah, Tarkin just taking their Likhos around. Just a flex. Just a flex. Look at how much I can use, or like how many Likhos I have. Or how much value I have that's just able to run around effectively idle. Risking 10,000 metal worth. And although they are flaunting how much investment they have, their eco not looking all that good. 68.85 from the enemy. With reclaim, of course, they can make up the difference mostly. But if we just look at the totals, yeah, that's 10,000, like 8,000 more metal produced and also used by Team Northeast. Not all of it is through overdrive, but yeah, quite a bit is, and they are not really starting to have that line go up. No line go up for Southwest. Whereas Northeast still expanding their energy eco. And as we can also see from the how much metal they are still due from that overdrive. Yeah, 2 or 3 players on the Northeast team. Whereas only like 1 or 2 have any investments still going for Southwest. It's not really an eco stall, or like an e-stall, but it's definitely not growing. It's not going exponential or linear. Whereas the eco from northeast kinda is doing that. Yellow's commander level 4, facing off against just a couple of glaives, with stinger and double loaders to support it. That should be no issue at all. And over here, we've got a couple more glaives, but then from purple, that are able to at least snipe those couple of maxes, snipe another like 3 maxes, if they want to. They should want to. And over here, yeah, also purple just walking straight across, taking down another 2 maxes, and oh my. It finally went down. You're going to see a replay of that, because that was an amazing shot. The amazing acrobatics, where it moved like from like there to there, just being sucked in by the antimatter bomb from the Likhos, whatever it's actually called. Implosion bomb. Not antimatter, implosion. But yeah, yellow once again going to have to get all of those maxes. Get the area back under control. Still with one Reaver there makes it difficult because yeah, a couple of glaives can't engage a Reaver. They still can't. That's just basic zerok. And this is also kind of important. Yep. Oh, well, yellow's commander going down is also important. But I meant, like, well, 2 players currently going AFK. That means that Kingstead, the highest rated player, is now fighting as 3. That, of course, makes it a lot more difficult for them. But, honestly, with 2 sub-giants going down and all being funneled into one singularity, Kingstead definitely could be doing some very good work. For now, just raiding with a couple of glaives, you can just send an attack move. Not going to be an issue there. Of course, with the ghost turret over here on the mountain, it's going to be difficult to really move up there. But yeah, Kingstead does have a lot of value under control, also a lot of eco because of that, so even if they just purely want to focus on the tanks, they can just really do that. But no, for now, blast wings, a little bit of raiding, and scary units from the enemy team. Southwest fighting back, Dante on the field, Thresher still alive for the other side, which means that yeah, the 8 Likhos from Tarkin are still going to have a bit of a difficult time engaging there. Of course, 1 Thresher, you just send in like 2 or 3 Likhos, is no big deal. You can bomb it if you really want to. Just like they were able to move around double Thresher without losing a single Likho. If Tarkin really wants to, they can bomb this base. But for now, they're just going to avoid that and take pretty much everything else, like singular glaives, that could otherwise ruin their base. Once again, raid with those hermits coming in. This time around though, quite a couple more hermits. But the answer to them already being prepared over here. Plea, and of course, more Likho, because is Likho the answer? No, Likho is the question and the answer is yes. Just like with violence, of course, because Likho really is the answer for Tarkin today. Already 8 on the field and there are going to be more. And even if your enemy manages to snipe 1 or 2 Likhos and get a lot of value from that, yeah, it's still not going to be enough. Once again, Likhos shooting at flying objects, UFOs, but this time around it's a UFO in crab, not being taken down by the spiders, but is taken down by the Likho. Kingstead able to just naked expand, get another 3 maxes up. Already pretty much paid, yep, there it goes, paid for themselves already. So just pure profit now. That's all it is for Kingstead. And missile coming from here. No, missile coming from here. Right? There isn't another one here, right? No, there is not. Okay, good. Thought as much. But yeah, taking down the silo, more difficult. Triple thresher around it. And if you're going for the silo itself, you're guaranteed to just lose a couple of your Likhos there. Fleas now engaging against the hermits. Hermits are going to hit some of the fleas, of course, just because of how many fleas there are. But yeah, still a technically good fight for the fleas. And are able to push away those hermits, of course. Reclaim should all be for Southwest as well. Especially because Kingstead has not really used any of this yet. Their attention is split to the middle. Maybe to those maxes on the other side. One Likho just to scout, because that's what you can do if you have 9 Likhos on the field by now. Just use them as scouts. But there they come, the full-on force. All of the Likhos coming in. 1, 2. And all the other ones also coming in. Yes, there they come. 2 by 2. They decide to just not go in. Yay. There we go. One more shot. Another round. But Tarkin, mostly missing, but still getting enough AoE to hit the silo. And to destroy it as well. Next Likho just moves in, and that is a bit of a shame. Does it also go down? Yes, it does. Oh, didn't really have any reason to be there. Just unfortunate. WTF, where did my calm go? Did you have a commander? Are you talking about this one? I'm not sure. And, well, we already talked about, yeah, the investment has paid off. But Tarkin, Kingstead has lost their maxes. Because over here, we've got Sorcerer Yi running through with a couple of hermits. And a couple of recluses as well. Going into the back of the enemy base. Couple of nets just to stun are available. A couple of blast wings as well to take them down. And there it goes. One thresher gone. Probably first thresher of the game? Maybe? Maybe second. I think that's the first thresher that goes down actually. Because the other one over here in the middle is still alive. Something that Tarkin could do. Move around. Snipe those fusions. Is going to be very nice to just disrupt the enemy energy. And of course, 240. This is just 120. By now, Kingstead, only one with any real investment into eco. But still is investing. So that eco is going to keep on growing. 22 overdrive with 30 reclaim, 60 reclaim. Look at that eco, almost double that of the enemy. But of course, 120% attrition is very good for Team Southwest. But now it has turned into a battle of attrition versus just base eco. Or like, eco versus attrition. And of course, Likhos are good for attrition. But now you might have thought that like, well, they lost a couple, but still, 9 Likhos on the field. And of course, more are incoming. Not sure if they actually have it like on repeat, even. That factory. No, they don't, but they do plan on building another 6. Wow. Or like 5, if you compare it with the 9 that I showed you. Technically. Because that one that is currently under construction is already in those 9. Anyways, Likho sniping a Phantom. Phantom trying to snipe the Likho, but missing. And by now, Yellow moving out a couple of Reavers on the hill as well. So yeah, Ronin counters, but hey, I have the high ground Ronin. But Ronin manages to just run away far enough that they don't actually die. But still, sit behind the ridge. Ronin runs up to you and you say, blast him! Another raid coming in from Kingstead, who has once again gotten up most of those maxes already. And is going after the 3rd hour as well. So, what are those going to do? What are those going to do? Good number of nets. Hercules as well. Is the plan stealing? I mean, there is a good stealing target in Scorpion or Dante on the field of your in your enemy team. Sure, but those are of course difficult to take as well. Scorpion especially can just stun your Hercules, stun all of those air units. And of course Dante as well, being a riot partly, also makes it a little bit more difficult to just capture that. Or rather, stun and then yoink it. Because technically you can't capture because you don't have a rover factory. Right, all of those weavers slowly but surely going down. Please, unlikely to really do anything. Facing off against Locust, which are of course laser weapon, but like continuous laser, so no damage wasted by them. Ultimate cleanup weapon, at least ultimate single target cleanup. As far as cleaning up fleas goes. It's probably one of the best technically single target weapons that is actually good at cleaning up fleas. And over here, Dante, the riot, also cleaning up, but it is cleaning up some hard hermits. And of course, when all you have is a Likhos, everything looks like a bombable target for Tarkin. So of course, bombing, venoms, Hercules, hermits, it's all fire and games for them. But yeah, those raids from Kingstead are definitely a bit scary. Scorpion is stunned, and if it is stunned, it can be killed. Glaives for the DPS, and there it goes. And WTF. WTF was about this one? Likhos missed. Again? Oh, you missed this one. Yeah, you missed it. Because once again, you had Likhos threw the unit in the air, and it went under. And of course, bombing another 2 glaives. Just a regular day in the life of a Likhos. Still, level 8 commander, 10,000 HP, 7,000 metal. Of course can easily be one-shot by all of those Likhos. You just need 6. Technically, right? Yeah, 6. But no, for now just bombing a couple of units, a couple of locusts and all that. And what? Okay, Operation Slaughter the Phantoms is a go. Well, there's only one left for now. But hey, maybe the AoE from your Likhos is able to find it as well. And here, another Phantom. Operation Phantom Slaying. Oh, it works. It works so well. But yeah, 32 minutes into the game. Eco way ahead for Northeast. Map control very good as well. Kingstead now fortifying this corner as well. Fortifying it with a couple of loaders, of course with a good number of glaives still available for them as well. So yeah, difficult to push that. Even though yeah, these maxes are technically of course naked expansion. Even there, couple of glaives just to defend that. It's not going to be the easiest thing for yellow to take all of that back. The other corner, definitely under control for Kings, or like a Team Northeast. With of course, Silo for Inferno, Shockley, to start pushing more over there as well. Commander pushing forwards, and of course, when there is a commander, there is a Likhos. Jumping commander. And it goes down on impact, because that's how far it is flung. Insane plays by the Likhos from Tarkin in this match. And with 140% attrition, is that enough to just pull them back from such an eco deficit? Overdrive, yep, doubled compared to what Southwest has. Total, that's the important stat of course, total and army. On total, they're still ahead. In army, they are way ahead. Why are they way ahead? Because Likhos are expensive. 20,000 metal in just the Likhos, in like 10 or 11 units. If those go down, all of a sudden you're here as well, and in total value, you're like there, way below what your enemy has. Likhos on cleanup duty, because you don't have anything else. And on the other side, well, a couple of slings moving in from Kingstead. So those loaders will shortly be cleaned up. Still good number of glaives as well. A couple of Ronins, I guess. So still pushing. Should be getting those 2 maxes up as well. Maybe fortify the little crater. And this time, oh, that's a bit of a difficult engagement there for the fleas. Engaging into a redback. But of course, Likho is your problem solver. And the redback is there no more. Swift? Hold on. Swift? Where is that coming from? That's right. Kingstead decides to go for an airplane switch themselves. It could work. And over here, well, Shockley onto the Cyclops, stunning it, because it is also quite heavily damaged. 40-second stun from Shockley. Not a ton of follow-up, but of course, Phantom there, couple of artillery pieces. But hey, Tremor to dissuade them from actually going that way. Tremor way longer range than any of the enemy artillery pieces. And you know what? Cyclops, 3000 HP. Not going to go down to an Inferno. Maybe if you throw an EOS in there as well, it could work, but nah. Just with 1 Inferno, that's not going to be enough. And I feel like, yeah, just like we already saw here with the army value and all that. I feel like Kingstead knows it. Kingstead knows those Likhos are an issue. They're a thorn in your side. They are what is causing that 40% or like 45% attrition difference. And that's why Kingstead decides enough is enough. Build Swift, which is of course very fast anti-air and is easily able to strike into the backlines of the enemy team. Relatively cheap as well, so can easily outnumber the Likhos. Whereas if you go for Trident, it is of course a lot more expensive, so it's difficult to just have enough of a mass that the Likhos are not able to take you down. So here it comes. Is this the winning thing for this game? It's a lot of Likho bombing because they know it as well. Tarkin knows it. They need to keep the Likhos alive if they want to stay in this game. For now, seems to be working. How many Likhos on the field? Just 12 Likhos. That's a bit insane, but yeah, Likhos can miss. Got very close to a massive team kill there with one of those Likho weapons. One of those bombs almost killing 4. Go and don't come back. My life is sad enough right now. Okay, and it is actually just that simple. I expected it to go on a little bit longer than that, but apparently Tarkin had enough and they felt like their Likhos were under a bit too much stress that they could not handle, even though they didn't actually lose all that many.